Welcome back. It is the Flow Friday Sports Show on Flow FM, and it's time to look to the North-Eastern Footy League with Andrew Mitchell. How are you going, Andrew?
Yeah, going well. It's been a very good day up here, so I think a lot of farmers are quite happy with the little bit of rain we've had to get us started with the season.
That's it. A little bit of rain over the last couple of days. Hopefully it does continue now that we're almost into winter, but I'm sure some of the footy players around the place that don't enjoy the wet weather play better in the dry. We'll be hoping it at least holds off for tomorrow. Before we get into tomorrow's games in the North-Eastern Footy League, though, I want to call back to the SAPSASA Div 2 Championships, and there was a little bit of success from the local lads, Andrew.
Yeah, no, that's right. The Mid-North SAPSASA team, which is, all the boys that play for Mid-North SAPSASA represent North-Eastern Football League teams. So, yeah, they went down on Monday, played 9 games, won the first 8 and lost the last one, but they probably already knew they'd won the championship in Div 2 by then. So, really successful week with a good bunch of boys and a good bunch of families enjoying 3 beautiful days in Adelaide, and success for those young boys, which is really good.
Well done to those young fellas, and I remember back when I was about that age playing in those SAPSASA carnivals. They're just so much fun, whether it's 1 day, 3 days, 5 days, whatever it may be. It really is such a fun time, so I'm sure they had the time of their lives, and always a little bit sweeter when you walk away with a pennant, isn't it?
Absolutely, no, it definitely was, and a couple of boys really stood out as quality kids for the Mid-North. Probably 3 that I reckon stood above the rest, and everyone contributed to so that was really good. Shout out, I reckon, to Josh Henschke from Blyth-Snowtown, a big, tall ruckman. I'm not sure that he actually made one mistake for the whole week or 3 days. For a big guy like him, he used the ball well, understands the game, and gave our midfield first use every game, so he was outstanding for us. Sam Hayes, who's his right-hand man at Blyth-Snowtown, small, very quick midfielder who uses the ball well, explodes out of the midfield, so those two know each other like the back of their hand, and that's what Big Joshy fed it to Sammy on a plate, so really good by those two. And then I reckon the third standout player was probably Nick Slattery from South Clare, who plays a very difficult position in under-12s, which is key forward. He jumped into packs, he took big pack marks and gave the Mid-North small forwards opportunity to come off that pack and hit the goal. So I reckon those 3 were the 3 standouts for the Mid-North.
All right, Josh and Sam, the ruck midfield duo, must have been looking like Dean Cox and Ben Cousins, or Max Gawn and Christian Petrarca out there. So Blyth-Snowtown, absolutely lucky to have those 2 in the juniors. But let's get into the seniors, Andrew. We had a good slate of games last weekend. Let's start out with the RSMU Hawks beating BBH 17-15, 117 to 8-3-51 at Borough.
Yeah, no, that's right. No, RSMU obviously flexing a bit of muscle there and getting the job done over BBH. Tough oval to play at BBH, but RSMU did a good job and came home with chocolates.
Third on the ladder, the RSMU Hawks, so they're going along pretty nicely. The Southern Saints beat South Clare. It was the battle of the South teams by the looks. It was 15-10, 100. The Southern Saints to South Clare 8-5-53. So a pretty comfortable win here for the Saints at Udunda.
Yeah, no, that's right. I sort of expected that. The Southern Saints' experience and class probably just shone out a bit there. South Clare's still working on young fellas getting game time. I know I say it every week, but they'll be good for that, learning from how Southern Saints do it, so hopefully they can improve as the season goes on.
Brinkworth, Spalding, Red Hill had a good win as well. The Tigers 10-14-74 over the Minman Eagles 5-6-36. They were in control pretty much the whole way, but the Eagles did lead at quarter time.
Yeah, no, the Eagles had a really good first quarter. Led at that stage, but BSR's class came out after that and they started winning out of the midfield. A couple of forwards were a bit hard to contain for Minman. Ashley Bruce, obviously very electric, moves around very well, a real class footballer. And Angus Ashby in the midfield, in and under, keeps getting hard ball and it's starting to be a bit of a thorn in Minman's side. Angus, last couple of big games, he's been their best player.
And rounding out last weekend's action, it was all of the top four sides getting wins over each of the bottom four sides, so wouldn't really say there were any upsets, but North Clare 16-9, 105 over Blyth-Snowtown 9-13, 67. They've had some big losses this year, Blyth-Snowtown, so they'd have to be pretty happy just going down by the 38 points there at Clare Oval.
Yeah, no, that's right. I think just building into their season, I'm trying to chase a win somewhere for Blyth-Snowtown. North Clare are really travelling on quite well, hoping to push deep into that finals for this year, so they're just trying to rack up the wins and make sure they're around at the pointy end of the season.
And just looking a little bit closer at that game, is this correct on Play HQ? Blyth-Snowtown scoreless in the first quarter, 6 behinds in the second quarter, and then 8 goals too in the third quarter to really make it a contest going into the fourth quarter. I'm not sure if there's an error there, or did Blyth-Snowtown just have their best third quarter for the season?
Yeah, no, I did hear that they turned it on in the third and pushed North all the way, so no, that's correct.
All right, great to see from Blyth-Snowtown there, but not quite good enough to get the win. So that is the round 4 action. Let's look forward to round 5, and we'll start again with Blyth-Snowtown. They're hosting the BSR Tigers this weekend, so they'll have their work cut out for them against one of the powerhouses of the comp tomorrow, but maybe they can carry some of that third quarter form from last week into tomorrow's game.
Yeah, no, definitely going to be a difficult game. Obviously a battle of the plains out there, Blyth-Snowtown versus BSR. I'd expect BSR to get the win pretty comfortably, but hopefully Blyth-Snowtown can bring that third quarter form and push them all the way.
Minman Eagles hosting BBH, just 1 win each on the season, so they're both going to be very, very hungry for a win in this one. Yeah,
no, that's for sure. I think Minman have probably had a bit of a tougher run up until now. They've played RSMU, Southern Saints, North Clare and BSR, so I think they've probably had a bit more difficult run into the fifth round. So I'm expecting them to get the win over BBH, but should be a really good day down at Mintero. See who can get their second win for the year.
All right, a couple of interesting fixtures there, but I think these next two are probably the two matches of the round. I think one of these will end up being the match of the round. The RSMU Hawks taking on the Southern Saints. It's 2v3. They're both at 3-1 on the season, and they'll definitely be hungry for a win.
Yeah, no, that's right. Once again, trying to give themselves some separation from the rest of the team. So one of these side will go 3-1, or 4-1, 3-2. Anyway, so I really suspect that Southern Saints are going to be too good for RSMU. Their class is probably going to shine out. Their midfield has been quite dominant, so they'll get the ball forward and, win that game, I expect.
Having a good season are the Southern Saints, so we'll see if they can get a win on the road there. And lucky last, I'm not sure if there's an official name for this one, whether it's the Clare Clash or the Derby or whatever it may be, but South Clare hosting North Clare. They're 4th and 5th on the ladder, but North Clare are 2 games ahead. They're right in that 4th and 5th spot where there is a 2-game drop-off. So are North Clare looking likely in this showdown?
Yeah, definitely. No, I believe they call it the Derby in Clare. So, yes, North versus South at Clare Oval should be a good game. North Clare are obviously probably in a bit better form at this stage. South Clare always bring their best form to these games, so it'll be a close game, but I reckon North will get over the line.
And what's the rivalry like? Is this like a Port Adelaide Crows thing? Do they hate each other?
They do, yes, very much a respectful distaste for each other, but it should be a good game.
I love to see. You can't beat a good old-fashioned rivalry in footy. That will definitely be a highlight of round 5 in the North-Eastern Footy League. Andrew Mitchell, always a pleasure to speak to you on a Friday. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the footy.
Will do. You too.